We're visiting with Hannah Sorensen a little bit about how to spend our tax refund, but I know there's been a lot of questions, myself included, with some of the changes to tax laws and tax brackets and withholdings. And are you having people ask you, what do I need to know? I'm worried about, I have my taxes done for this year, but what about next year?
So I think there's a lot of questions about the new tax laws, and it's important to go talk to a CPA, make sure you're getting advice from them if you have specific questions. But in general, the tax brackets went down approximately 2 to 3%, so you should have seen in your paycheck an increase in your take-home pay every 2 weeks or every month. So if you didn't see that increase, make sure to talk to your HR department and see did they make those changes. It shouldn't impact how much you're having withheld, but you should be seeing more on that take-home every month.
Is there anything else that you should be looking for from a withholding standpoint? Because I know they changed, you can write off this, but you can't write off that. I mean, so should you be conscious, maybe like midway through the year, check in with the CPA and go, hey, here's where I'm at?
Absolutely. If you have a more complicated situation, always be working with an accountant. Make sure you understand, because it has changed quite a bit, what the standard deductions are, what you can or can't deduct now. There have been quite a few changes. And if you live in an area where that might impact you, be asking those questions so you're not surprised at the end of the year. It's easier to make those changes if you need to make quarterly tax payments. It's easier to do that than all of a sudden in April having a large tax bill and then having to pay a penalty because of that.
What are the most panicked questions you get from clients?
I think just wondering, what do I need to do? How does this impact me? I don't think most people are too panicked except when they receive a tax bill. That's the, typically if they take a distribution from a 401k or an IRA, they don't realize taxes are due on those dollars. I think that's one of the biggest questions and surprises that people have. All of a sudden they took an IRA distribution and they didn't have anything withheld from it. And that's taxed at an ordinary income level. So if they had earned income that year as well as whatever their distributions were, they could be paying 30% taxes. And if you had nothing withheld, all of a sudden you have a pretty large tax bill. So that I've seen several people panicked about that. Or if you have any other farm type income, you need to work with an accountant and have dollars withheld from that. You need to save that because you'll have a pretty big tax bill at the end of the year otherwise.
And that is no fun.
It is no fun.
You're just like, what? How did this happen? Anything else you want to share with us?
Just make sure that you have a plan. When you get that tax refund, think about whatever goals you have and use it towards that. So you just don't spend it on frivolous things and then say, oh, I wish I could go on vacation, or I wish I could make this kitchen improvement, or whatever that might be.
It's easy to spend it and then all of a sudden be like, oh, where'd it go?
Yes.
Exactly.
I hate when that happens.
It's
fun for a while.
How do people get a hold of you?
Find me on Facebook is great.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Hannah. Good
Thanks.
stuff. All right, stay with us. We've got shoes and vino coming up in the show.